UK lockdown.
Week 13.
Now, for many of us, 2020 has been extremely challenging, with what feels like one crashingly bad event after another. But on closer inspection, 2020 could be the year of people power.
Well, you can't rely on the government.
Maybe there was something born out of us all collectively staying at home and reconnecting with our local communities that we realise that together we can achieve the unimaginable. Everyone getting behind Captain Tom to raise money for the NHS? To the world outrage at the death of George Floyd, which sparked worldwide protests? To the Brits leaning on Boris Johnson to reduce the 2-metre rule so that we can open pubs and bars around the UK?
Way, 4th of July!
To this week's lockdown hero, Marcus Rashford.
I need a hero!
This week saw a massive government U-turn to provide children with free school meals, which initially they were going to cut off at the end of the summer term, thanks to the mighty Manchester United megastar, Marcus Rashford. Marcus, who experienced food poverty himself whilst growing up, said that no child should go hungry and used his platform of over 2.9 million Twitter followers to help raise awareness and £20 million to help feed children here in the UK.
Nice one, my son!
Whilst no one can deny the enormity of Marcus Rashford's achievement, it seemed that to him, the greatest achievement was the praise coming from his mother.
She's rang me about 10 times today. No, she's just very happy, and you know, if someone, when she was going through it, if somebody would have spoke out about it then, maybe the situation would have been different, and I think she's just happy that now people that are going through it, you know, people are aware of that now, and they're going to try and help them as much as they can.
Oh, you gotta love a mummy's boy.
Now, as well as the government U-turn to provide children with free school meals during the summer, Boris is also helping the nation's children by opening trade negotiations with Australia.
G'day, mate.
Boris has pledged that he will go to great lengths to ensure that children here in the UK have access to reasonably priced Arnott's Tim Tams.
Other chocolate biscuits are available.
And how long can the British people be deprived of the opportunity to have Arnott's Tim Tams at a reasonable price?
Thanks, Boris. Just what the children need, a Tim Tam, whilst they're sitting there watching old episodes of Neighbours, thinking, how are we ever going to afford a plane ticket to Australia when we can't even afford school meals? Now, one of the things that was going to help us stop the spread of corona here in the UK was the development of the NHS Track and Trace app. The app, which was meant to be world-beating, was launched on the 1st of June in the Isle of Wight for trials, has sadly failed.
Boo!
This not-so-world-beating app seems to be having difficulties detecting iPhones compared with those operators who are using Android technology. The government are now looking to develop an app with Google and Apple together to hopefully get more accurate results.
It looks like it could be almost game over for you, Mr. Hancock.
Meanwhile, across the pond, our most frequent contributor to the show, Mr. Donald Trump.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you stake?
With the presidential elections drawing ever closer, Donald Trump held a rally for his supporters in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where of course he enjoyed stirring his racial pot.
Think I need a little more hate.
Rather than be a good president and heal a nation, Donald used his platform to once again call COVID-19 the China virus, and this time also went as far as calling it Kung Flu.
That name gets further and further away from China as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus. By the way, it's a disease, without question, has more names than any disease in history. I can name Kung Flu.
Take that, Donald!
Now, also this week, Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab was interviewed and asked about recent protests for Black Lives Matter and the action of people taking the knee.
It's a frustration and restlessness which is driving the Black Lives Matters movement. I've got to say on this taking the knee thing, which I don't know, maybe it's got a broader history, but seems to be taken from the Game of Thrones.
Are you mad, fam?
I offer you a choice. Bend the knee and join me. Together, we will leave the world a better place than we found it. Or refuse. And die.
Now, of course, most people are aware that taking the knee was in fact started by 49ers NFL star Colin Kaepernick, who took the knee as a silent protest against police brutality against blacks in America.
It's not just a Game of Thrones thing, you weirdo.
Well, it's comforting to know that we've got such a clued up and well-informed government. Well, I'm off to go play Tetris on my Track and Trace app. That was week 13 UK lockdown. Join me, if you can, for week 14 UK lockdown!
Has anyone got any batteries for my Game Boy?